Morning everyone, Boker Tov, Chazak Baruch, making the minyan. So we are in the Shulchan Aruch Sivan Rishman Bet, Seif Aleph, and we mentioned the first time when reading through, now we'll get into a little bit deeper, Mitakanat Ezra, it was from the Takana of Ezra HaSofer, one of his Takanot, Sheyu Mechabsim Begadim B'chamishi B'Shabbat, Mipnei Kevod HaShabbat, that we should wash our clothing on Thursday for the honor of Shabbat. And the question is, why Thursday? Why not Friday, Erev Shabbat? So the explanation is because back in the day, washing clothes was a whole ordeal, and it was maybe even a whole day ordeal. It took a long time. And therefore, if it's going to be done on Friday, you might not have time to properly prepare the food and everything else that needs to be prepared for Shabbat. And therefore, it's got to be prepared on Thursday. So what about nowadays that we have washer and dryer, and it's done very quickly, and also we have multiple types of clothing, we have multiple suits, we have, back in the day they had maybe one beged for this, one beged for that. Even in the Torah it tells us that if you borrow money, if someone borrows money from you and gives you their pajamas, you have to bring it back to them every night, because they only had one pair, they didn't have that much. So nowadays, Rav Ovadia Yosef writes, because we have a washer and dryer, and it's quick to wash and dry, then you could even do it, even lechatchila, even ideally, on Erev Shabbat, on Friday, to wash your clothing. But Ben Zion Bashol says if you have a washer, but you hang dry your clothing, like in Israel, visiting my aunt when I was a kid, hang dry clothing, etc. I'm sure people today still do that. Then he says you can't do it on Friday, because hang drying also takes a long time. So you would have to do it on Thursday. But if in general you wash and dry with a washer and dryer machines, then you could do it on Friday. The next part is the Ramah in the Shulchan Aruch, who says, Nohagim lalush kedeh shiur chala, that we are, just check the time over here, we are noheg to bake the amount of chala. When it comes to chala, there's a certain amount that you have to do mafrish chala. Lasot mehem lechamim, livtzoa bahem b'Shabbat v'Yom Tov, v'hu b'kavod Shabbat v'Yom Tov. It's from the kavod Shabbat and Yom Tov, and this is to do on Erev Shabbat, to bake breads with shiur chala. So the reason for it is so that the Gemara Yerushalmi says, so that you could have. So when a person makes bread like the size of a challah, usually there's a lot of loaves, so that you could have to give to aniyim if necessary. That's why to do it on Erev Shabbat, it should be ready for Shabbat for the people that are in need. The Mishnah Berurah brings over here that an interesting thing, that we should do mitzvah challah on Friday, specifically Erev Shabbat, because Adam HaRishon was created on Erev Shabbat, and also he sinned on Erev Shabbat. And I'm not sure the explanation, but he says Adam HaRishon was the Challa shel ha'olam at the time. He was the Challa of the world, the Challa of the world. I don't know, the best part, and therefore mitzvah Challa comes as a tikkun for Adam HaRishon. So nowadays, so if we want to do Challa, says Rav David Yosef in the Sefer Halachot Brura, that if you're not going to eat all the bread, and every week on Friday you're going to bake bread, keshiur chala, it's going to be too much. And what do? So he says, better to bake bread keshiur chala on a Friday, and keep them in your freezer, and then don't bake the next couple of Fridays, than bake a small amount every Friday, less than shiur chala. It's better to do one Friday keshiur chala, so now you have 6 or 7 or 10 loaves, keep that for the next few Shabbats, and keep it in the freezer, etc. It's better to do that. And the last thing I saw over here, a very nice point, is the Kaf HaChaim says the following. Why is it that the general chalot are like long? Nowadays people have sourdoughs, like these round things, but in general, challah is long. He says like the letter Vav. So he says because the following, you have the challah like the letter Vav, you hold it with your 2 hands, each hand is hey, 5 fingers, so hey and Vav, and the piece of bread that you give is like the letter Yud. So you have Hashem's name right there in the challah, Yud, and the hey, and the Vav, and the hey. So that's that for today. I want to wish Mr. Rahman Nesiya Tova, so Rabbaita, come and visit again very soon. Tavo levaker bekarov B'ezrat Hashem, your children and nechadim B'ezrat Hashem. We want to wish Judah Elzas, Hatzlacha Rabbah, to your son, B'ezrat Hashem, heading to Tzabar and then to the army, B'ezrat Hashem. Should be a lot of Hatzlacha. Hashem should protect him and all the soldiers, B'ezrat Hashem. Minchat tonight at 4:40 and Gemara Shir tonight, B'ezrat Hashem, at 8:30. Have a good day, everyone. Tana Devilio.